Just rewatched Stranger Things season 1 for the first time in forever, and I have so many thoughts. First off, I can't even believe there was a time before Max was on the show. She's so integral to the plot now that I completely forgot she wasn't in season 1. I also forgot how much chemistry Nancy and Jonathan have, and I completely forgot about how there was a whole time where Steve was like such an asshole. He was such a bully to Jonathan. He was just kind of like a dick in general, which is so weird because now Steve is so lovable and one of my favorite characters. He's really in his redemption era. Also, Joyce Byers is such an incredible mom. Like, the lengths that she goes to save Will is just remarkable. And everyone was gaslighting her and telling her that she was crazy. And she was like, I will literally die on this hill. Like, I'm not going to give up on my son, which was so just sweet and heartwarming. Also, absolutely love Hopper's character as always. In general, it was a little bit disorienting, like how young everyone was, because I got into Stranger Things kind of late. So like I binged all the seasons really fast. And then I watched like right when season 4 premiered. So I'm used to the like teenager age they are now. So it's like so weird that they were literally childs. They were like children. It's kind of like watching the first Harry Potter movie and you're like, wait, this is just weird. Like, they're literally babies. Also, it's so interesting that the big bad in season 1 is just one Demogorgon, and just how much the show has been able to effectively scale up like the stakes. Like, you know, in season 2, Elle is like closing the portal and there's hundreds of the Demodogs, and it just gets more and more intense from there, as you know, most recently with Vecna. I still think that season 3 for me is this show in its prime. I loved season 4. I was so invested in season 4. But season 3 to me was the funniest and the most enjoyable to watch. And I loved all like the Starcourt Mall sequences. I don't know, I just felt like the chemistry between all the characters was funnier. Season 4, we like don't have the whole gang together as much, but still season 4 is incredible. But all in all, I'm just in awe of how creative and effective the writing of the show is. The Duffer Brothers are so talented. These actors that they picked are also just so great. Like, they all just play off of each other so well. Dustin is just such a naturally funny dude. Like, I'm just so impressed that they were able to kind of find that like Steven Spielberg 80s movie type of actor. This also reminds me of that movie, wasn't a TV show, it was a movie called Super 8 that was like also an ode to Spielberg. It might have been directed by Spielberg. I need to like double check. But yeah, this is still one of my favorite shows. I'm going to re-binge the whole thing. It's oddly comforting, even though it's kind of like a horrifying premise. Like, it's scary at times, but I think that there's something so nice about being in this like 80s world where there's like no technology and like everyone is like friends and hangs out in person. Like, I feel like in today's day and age, we're also isolated on our iPhones. And there's something so like reminiscent about when I was a kid and I used to like go down to the creek and all my friends would muck around and we would play make-believe, and I like when they're all playing their like board games and Dungeons and Dragons, it just reminds me so much of my childhood and how fun and happy it was to like play basketball and go ride our bikes, and like we would just go all around town and we weren't like online on our phones on social media. So I feel like it evokes this kind of very special kind of sacred time in the before social media really took off in the 2010s. But at the same time, it's obviously like quite a scary show. So it's interesting, but it kind of like is a little bit comforting in a strange way. I don't know if other people feel that way too. I'm really curious though, when's the last time you rewatched this? Who's your favorite character? Let me know.